Hello, my dear students. In this lecture, we are going to see one previous year ESC numerical, that is UPSC numerical, UPSC mains. They have asked this question, 15 marks. This ESC question. Now, the question is based on diesel cycle. The question is a diesel engine having compression ratio 16. Now, here, while reading the question, I will write the given data. They have given diesel engine having compression ratio, that is RK is 16. Compression ratio RK, which is nothing but volume at the start of compression divided by volume at the end of compression, is given 16. Then cutoff takes place at 10% of stroke. Now here cutoff takes place at 10% of stroke, right? That means X is given 10%. We will understand in solution what is the meaning of X. X is nothing but the cutoff takes place at 10% of stroke. Assuming CV is equal to 0.718 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Now here they have given the value of CV, which is nothing but 0.718 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, right? This is the CV value. Then gamma is equal to 1.4. Gamma is equal to 1.4. The question is determine percentage decrease in efficiency if CV is increased by 10%. Now they are asking what is the percentage decrease in efficiency. This is the question, right? Is equal to question mark. If CV is increased by 10%, therefore CV is increased by 10%. Therefore CV new, let us say CV1 is equal to 1.1 times CV, previous CV. That means it is increased by 10%. If it is increased by 10%, the 100 value will become 110. Therefore 1 will become 1.1 CV, right? This is the case. Then what will be the percentage change in efficiency or decrease in efficiency? Now my dear students, whenever CV increases, then CP also increases. But the difference between CP minus CV, the difference CP minus CV always remains constant. That you might have learned in basic thermodynamics. If not learn, concentrate here, right? Whenever any specific heat increases, if CP increases, CV also increases, and but difference always remains constant. And because of this increase, the ratio of them, that is gamma is equal to CP divided by CV, this ratio decreases, right? This ratio decreases. Now don't think too much that how gamma is decreasing. In solution you will find that original gamma is 1.4, and by increasing CV, then CP increases are constant, and then you will find new gamma lesser than 1.4. Then automatically you will get an idea, right? Now here diesel cycle is given. So my dear students, we have to draw the diesel cycle. Let us erase the question so that we will get sufficient space for the solution, right? Here I am erasing the question because already all the data is known, right? This question was asked in previous year ESC mains examination. A very important question. Now let us solve this question. Let us say here diesel cycle. Let us draw the diesel cycle on pressure versus volume diagram, PV diagram for the diesel cycle, pressure versus volume diagram. The diesel cycle is process 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic compression. 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic compression. 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat supply. At constant pressure heat is supplied. 3 to 4 is reversible adiabatic expansion. And 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. Right. Now my dear students, here stroke is nothing but 1 to 2. This 1 to 2 is called stroke, right? This is a stroke. Therefore this called volume is called swept volume, that is V1 minus V2 is called swept volume, right? And cutoff takes place at 3. Cutoff takes place at 3, and the fuel supply starts at 2, right? Whenever heat addition begins, fuel is supplied, and whenever heat addition is ends, fuel supply is cut off. Therefore the cutoff is nothing but this much is cut off. At 3 there will be a cutoff of fuel supply, right? Now what is given in the question? Compression ratio. Compression ratio is nothing but 16, which is nothing but volume at the start of compression V1 divided by volume at the end of compression V2. This is given, and they have mentioned that the cutoff takes place at 10% of stroke. That means cutoff is nothing but V3 minus V2. V3 minus V2 is equal to 10% of, means 0.1, right? 10% means 0.1. 0.1 of a stroke. Stroke is nothing but V1 minus V2. Now divide both sides by V2. Therefore here V3 divided by V2 minus 1 is equal to 0.1, V1 divided by V2 minus 1. And my dear students, this volume at the end of heat addition divided by volume at the start of heat supply is nothing but cutoff ratio. This V3 divided by V2 is cutoff ratio, RC minus 1 is equal to 0.1. This V1 divided by V2 is compression ratio, RK minus 1, right? Therefore from this we can calculate RC. RC is equal to 0.1, compression ratio is given 16 minus 1 plus 1, right? Let us find this RC. Therefore this RC will be equal to 2.5. In this case, this cutoff ratio is 2.5. So my dear students, we have calculated compression ratio is given 16 and we have calculated RC, which is nothing but 2.5. Now let us find the initial efficiency of this cycle. Now initially we can say initially they have provided gamma is equal to 1.4, compression ratio is not going to change 16, cutoff ratio is not going to change 2.5. Now efficiency of cycle initial, efficiency I is initial efficiency, is equal to the efficiency formula for diesel cycle is in terms of compression ratio, cutoff ratio and adiabatic index, that is gamma, is nothing but 1 minus 1 upon RK raised to gamma minus 1, 1 upon RK raised to gamma minus 1. Here I will write clearly so that there will be no confusion. 1 minus 1 upon RK raised to gamma minus 1 into RC raised to gamma minus 1 divided by gamma RC minus 1. This is the formula to find efficiency of diesel cycle that already we have derived this formula in theory lectures, right? So let us find initial efficiency of cycle. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 upon RK is 16 power 1.4 minus 1 minus RC is 2.5 power 1.4 minus 1 divided by gamma is 1.4 into bracket 2.5 minus 1. Now if I solve this for the efficiency initial I will get 0.5905, which is nothing but 59.05%. This is the initial efficiency whenever the CV is 0.718 and gamma is 1.4. Now the CV is increased by 10%, means new CV becomes 1.1 CV, right? Then we have to take new gamma, that is gamma 1 for the calculation. So let us find this new gamma for the efficiency calculation. Original efficiency we have calculated. Now let us find this new gamma, right? Now my dear students, here while calculating you have to calculate properly. There should not be any error for in the calculation, right? There should not be any error in the calculation. Now the difference of specific heat Cp minus Cv, which is nothing but R, this remains constant, means new Cp1 minus new Cv1, this difference will remain constant always, right? Therefore, and my dear students, ratio of them, gamma is nothing but Cp divided by Cv, right? Therefore the Cp we can say gamma times Cv, Cp we can say gamma times Cv, and we know that here this, therefore this Cp1 will be gamma times Cv1, right? Gamma 1 times we can say here for Cp1 is equal to gamma 1 Cv1. Now my dear students, instead of this Cp put gamma Cv, and we have already known that Cv1 is nothing but 1.1 times Cv, Cv1 is 1.1 times Cv, so put this Cv1 is equal to 1.1 times Cv. Let us find here, therefore Cp is gamma Cv minus Cv is equal to Cp1 minus 1.1 times Cv. So let us find Cp1 here. Cp1 is equal to, therefore gamma Cv minus Cv plus 1.1 times Cv. Therefore Cp1 is equal to gamma Cv plus 0.1 Cv. If I consider common Cv, right, in this equation, then Cp1 become equal to Cv in bracket gamma plus 0.1, gamma plus 0.1. This is Cp1 and Cv1 is already known, that is 1.1 Cv. So ratio of them will be gamma 1, new gamma. So let us find new gamma, right? Let us find new gamma for finding another efficiency, right? Therefore the new gamma, that is gamma 1, will be equal to, gamma 1 will be equal to Cp1 divided by Cv1, which is nothing but Cp1 is gamma plus 0.1 Cv divided by Cv1 is 1.1 times Cv. Therefore Cv will get cancelled. Therefore new gamma 1 is equal to gamma plus 0.1 divided by 1.1. Let us solve this. Therefore gamma is 1.4 plus 0.1 divided by 1.1, which is nothing but 1.5 divided by 1.1, which is nothing but 15 divided by 11, which is nothing but, if I simplify this, then I will get answer is equal to 1.364. Now see, this value is less than 1.4, means gamma 1 is less than gamma. That means if CV is increasing, CP is increasing, and gamma is decreasing, that conclusion we can come up to, right? Now here, new gamma we have calculated, therefore gamma 1 is equal to 1.364. Now let us find this new efficiency. Now initial efficiency I am writing here 59.05. Efficiency initial is nothing but, here I am writing initial efficiency is 59.05%. And finally finally this gamma 1 becomes equal to 1.364. But my dear students, compression ratio will not change and cutoff ratio will not change, right? They will remain as it is. So let us find final efficiency of the cycle. Therefore for final efficiency we have to use final formula, right? Efficiency final is equal to, now finally efficiency final is equal to, the formula is 1 minus 1 upon rk raised to, now here gamma 1 minus 1 into rc raised to gamma 1 minus 1 divided by gamma 1 into rc minus 1. Now let us put the values. Therefore efficiency final is equal to 1 minus 1 upon rk is 16 raised to 1.364 minus 1 in bracket 2.5 raised to 1.364 minus 1 divided by gamma is 1.364 into in bracket 2.5 minus 1. Now let us simplify this, and if I find this efficiency final, you will get equal to 0.5565, which is nothing but 55.65%, right? This is the efficiency final. So my dear students, we got two values, that is initial efficiency and final efficiency. Initial efficiency for the cycle is 59.05%, and final efficiency for the cycle is 55.65%. Now they are asking what is the percentage decrease in efficiency, right? Here the question is to find percentage decrease in efficiency, not to find final efficiency or initial efficiency, right? Now for any cycle, how to find percentage change? Percentage change is nothing but, final value minus initial value divided by initial value initial value into 100. This is how percentage change can be calculated. So let us find here percentage change first, right? Therefore the percentage change here will be equal to final efficiency minus initial efficiency divided by initial efficiency into 100. So here you will get efficiency, percentage change in efficiency, we are calculating, right? Final is 55.65 minus initial is 59.05 divided by final initial is 59.05 into 100. And if I solve this for percentage change in efficiency, I will get answer is equal to minus 5.8, this percent minus 5.8%. Now my dear students, here minus is because there is decrease in efficiency, because final efficiency is less than initial efficiency, so this difference will become negative. Minus sign means it is decrease in efficiency. Now again, this is not your question, this is your not your answer, because they are not asking you percentage change. This is a percentage change, yes, but they are asking what is percentage decrease, right? Therefore percentage decrease in efficiency, my dear students, percentage decrease is never negative. Decrease is always negative, we know that decrease is always negative, but by how much magnitude it is decreasing? Therefore it is nothing but by minus 5.8 magnitude, which is nothing but 5.8%, means there is decrease in efficiency by 5.8%. Likewise, right? This positive answer will give you full marks, this negative answer will reduct your marks, right, from the final result, because it is a ESE question. For ESE question, negative answer will reduce some marks and the positive answer will give you full marks. For GATE examination, as they have asked you percentage decrease, then your answer must be positive. If you write negative answer, you will get 0 mark. If it is fill in the blank question, and if it is multiple choice question, you will get negative marks for negative answer, right? but for percentage decrease, positive answer, you will get full marks, right? Thank you, dear students. In next lecture we will see more numericals on this topic.